Hello guys, welcome to this tutorial. Before we get started, I want to let you know that you can find all the code example and resources we'll be using today in the GitHub repository linked in the video description below. This repository serves as a valuable companion to the tutorial, allowing you to follow along, experiment, and explore the code on your own time. I'm Samuele Giampieri, and I'm a freelance developer. Join my community by subscribing to my channel at Devergo Labs. Explore a wealth of coding content and free courses on my website, devergolabs.com. Hello guys, Next.js provides two primary methods for navigating between routes using the link component and the use router hook. So in this chapter, we'll explore the functionality of the first one, the link, and then with the next one, we will discover the use router features. And we will get deeper into the mechanism of navigation. What is the link component? Actually, it's a powerful tool for client-side navigation, and it allows you to create declarative links, enhancing the user experience by providing a transition between pages. To use link, you have to import from the next/link and wrap your A tags around the elements you want to link. To use link, you have to import from next link, and it will wrap your A tags around the elements that you want to link. So it can be used in both client and server components. But the use router hook actually is a little bit different. It can be used only with client components and is a part of Next Router package. It provides access also to the Next Router object. Actually, the use router hook is particularly useful when you need to navigate, when you need to access route information or programmatically navigate between pages. So let's discover the link component. First of all, the link component is an integral part of Next.js and is designed to enhance the functionality of the standard HTML A tags. So it offers advanced features as a prefetching, and it facilitates client-side navigation between routers within Next.js application. To use the link component, we have to import it from the next link module. The key step involves providing a href prop to the link that actually is the route, which corresponds to the destination. This approach to navigation actually serves as the primary method for transitioning between different routes in a Next.js application. Let's see how we can implement practically, and let's dive into the coding. First of all, let's see. We can create some route in Next.js. Here is let's clear my previous terminal. So this is our project that you can find in the link above in the GitHub repository. So first of all, we are going to create some route, and we will see how to interact with them. So the first route I want to create is the A route. So we create a folder here. We call it A route. We also create a page inside TSX. And we want to actually use this page with the link component as we discussed before. So first of all, we import the link from next link. So we call it a link page, and we return the JSX. So we want to use the link that we import. So here is the link. We have to specify the props href. We want to specify it, for example, from the A route, I want to go to the B route. So this way, we're going to change route directly from here. So this is the sort of button that we are going to use to change it. And here we go. So now we have it, but we also have to create a B route. So a new folder is going to be B route. And inside we can have the same page. Actually, we can also copy paste this one. We can, for example, we will create this is route B, and we don't need one link, but just a div. Here you go. We don't need this one. And it's just a normal page. Let's try to change route clicking this one from the page. So we just run that. And here we go. We can, actually we have to go in the A route to see the button. So if I click to route B, actually he will go to the route B. This is the route B, so it works. Okay, let's see what kind of props the link accept in our case. We also can accept, for example, the replace is another props. The replace, it means that if I click to the link, he doesn't create a new element in the browse history. So it will replace. Other href can be also, for example, scroll, and is a boolean and can be true or false. So it means when the scroll prop component is set to false, actually it means that you are customizing the scrolling behavior. So when the user click on the link, he navigate to the page. Okay, so it means that determine actually where the scroll position should be adjusted after navigation. When scroll is set to true, the default behavior, actually the page will scroll to the top after navigation. But if we set to false, it means that the new page will be exactly at the same scroll position of the previous page. It can be, for example, useful in scenarios where you want to maintain the scroll position when the user navigate back and forward between pages. For example, if the user is scrolling down along the list on the current page and clicks to a link and go to, for example, a dashboard page, you don't want that the scroll go automatically to the top of the page. Let's see another props that we can use in the link is the prefetching. Is true as default, we can set false, and we will see later what is it. Let's add more feature. For example, we want to use the array to create multiple link with a URL, with a list. For example, we can specify all the link information inside an object, and we can create a dynamic route. So the first link can be, we always have to specify the ID of the component because it's going to be to create an array of different components. So it will be the key actually. We want to specify the slug that actually is the path that we will use for the route. It's going to be the same, C route, okay? And we want to, for example, specify the title that is going to be the text that we see in our button. So it's going to be route C. We want to create 3 different buttons. 1, 2, 3. This is going to be the route, the route, it's going to be eRoute, eRoute, E. We have an array of links. Now we have to specify here. First of all, we need a upper level to contain of the elements. First of all, we specify that it's going to be an ordered list. And in this way, we have to map the array of the object array to create the links. So it's going to be map. We specify item. And here we go. This item, this map is going to produce new elements. It's going to iterate through the array and create more elements. So bj item is okay. So we create an li, and the first we have to specify for each one a unique key. This is the first key, and inside we will specify the link href. So the link in this one we use the string, and it's going to be this one. So we want to create dynamically the href from the slug. So it's going to add the slash. We add also the substring, and it's going to be item.slug. And inside, and we close the link, and inside the link we want to insert the item.title. This way this one, between this one. Okay. So I'm going to create the dynamic route that we will call slug. So new folder is going to be dynamic between this one, and we call slug. So inside the slug, we will create a page. So this is the page. Actually, we want to show dynamically. So this slug will get any path name for this route. So it means, for example, I can create a new route B, route C, route D, any name. This slug will get this new name of the route, and the slug is going to be the variable that get the name. I want to show the path name inside this page as a text. So we can catch this path name, this dynamic route, using the params that Next.js send to the page as an argument. In Next.js, we can get it just declaring the page function that we can call page. This is the params that I get, but TypeScript, I have to say what kind of type is the params. Actually, the params are in this form is an object that is the attribute is slug and is a string. This is the body of the function. Everything is okay. So I will return just a div that contain the text. I will say when I get into this page, is a dynamic route that the name is params.slug. So the params.slug will be exactly the path name. So we go, we have everything, we update this page. Let's go to the first page that is a route. And let's see what we get. We get all these dynamic links. It's going to be one. This is the first one that we add at the beginning, and we will get C, D, E. So now if I click to route D, okay, I will go to the D route path, and the dynamic router will catch it, will get it, and it will show that this is the route. Let's see. And my dynamic route is the route, so it works. Go back, I can also try with E, and it's working. We can add any route that we want, of course. Create, for example, wholesome route wholesome. It's going to be the same. I click here, I go to the dynamic, you can see up there, URL, the path is wholesome route, and I will get it. We just see how to create an array of links and use them as a dynamic route. Let's go. Let's see other feature of links. Other things that we can set in link in href. We can use also some object as values, okay? Not only string like this one. For example, we can create a link that accepts an href props to be an object, and we can specify directly the path name is another form to actually to define the route. It's going to be path name, and there will be the same be route. But with the object, we can also put other attributes like, for example, query. So we can add some query params. So when I click this link, actually, I will get this route plus the query with these params, with these values. Let's try. This is going to be a B route. We call it B route with the params. Let's see how it works. We click on the B route with params. So automatically I go to this route B, but I also have a name equal to Sam. Okay, so we're going to specify also some query params. This is useful when you want to use the URL to give some parameters, some values inside another route, and of course we can catch them. Let's see replace and prefetch. Let's create another link that is href and is going to be the route, and add also the replace. So the route with replace. So we are going to see. Okay, if I If I click this one, I will get this is route B. It means that it preserves the browser history. So when I go back and forward, I will get the same route. The same if I get to C, to D. But when I click on B route with replace, this route is replaced with the first one. So it means if I go back, it doesn't store this one. For example, I'm going to D, I go back, B route will replace, and I will go to the first one, to B, because it replaced the previous one. If I go to route, for example, I click on route awesome. Okay, I get this one. Now I go to E route. If I go to replace, it go to B. When I go back, I don't get the A route, but I go to the awesome, because it replaced their A route, the previous route. Okay. Let's see another important feature, that is the prefetch. So prefetching is a technique employed to load a user's route in the background before they actually navigate to it. Actually, this is anticipatory loading that enhances the user experience. Using the prefetch, you don't have to make the user to wait the next page loading. It's like you are loading in advance, and Next.js render on the server and keep this HTML code ready, waiting that the client click on this page. Actually, is really good for the user experience, because reduce the perceived latency when moving between different sections of a website. And Next.js offer two different methods for prefetching route. One with the link that we will see now, and we will see later with the use router with the different methods. Let's see the prefetching with link. Actually, prefetching is activated by default. We create another link. We create a special route to check this new behavior. How we can check if a page is preloaded before we get in? We can a latency of 5 seconds with the set timeout. And if the page is prefetching, we don't have to wait these 5 seconds when we click on the page, because it rendered before. Okay. If the prefetching is false, it means the Next.js will not prefetch it. So when we click on the page, we have to wait 5 seconds to render the page. Let's see practically how to check it. We call it wait route. We want to start with the prefetch false. Okay, so we want to wait when we click, and we can call it prefetching route, and it's going to be our link. Let's see how to set this page. Okay, so we call it as an export default. We need to make this page asynchron, okay? Because we want to wait 5 seconds here before returning the rendering page. So we create this asynchron function. We can use async actually because the page is server rendered, okay? Never use async on the client component. You will get many problems, and sometimes you will see some bug, you don't even know which is the problem. So never use async with the client component. We call it wait route, and with async we can use the await method. No need to use, for example, promise and then with the more complicated stuff. Just async and await. It's really easy to make a pause of 5 seconds. So we create a promise that resolve, and resolve only after we set a timeout of 5 seconds. So resolve and 5 seconds. Here we go. We create this pause, and sorry, here. And we return this is route. For example, we can call it this is wait route. Okay, here we go. One important advice: the prefetching works only in production mode. We cannot see in development mode in this way. So we have to run npm build. We have to run the building process. But first of all, we will see later how Next.js statically build the page at the building time. The problem is that if I leave like that, Next.js, when I run the build, it will statically create this page, I will not see later the prefetching stuff. So this pause, if it's statically rendered at the building time, we will not see later. We have to make this page dynamically rendered, and we have to specify here, anyway, all this stuff about render, client-side rendering, SSR, server-side rendering, we will see later in a specific chapter. Now it's just we just use it to see the prefetch behavior. So in this way, I want to tell to Next.js, please don't statically render this page at the building time. I want you to server-side render when I open this route, okay? If I say to Next.js to open this page, when I click on the link, we can see the prefetching behavior. If I set prefetching true, this will render before, so when I click it, I will not wait 5 seconds for the page rendering. But if I set to prefetch false, when I click to the wait route, I will wait because Next.js will render at the click time. We render when I click on the route. We have to specify export const, dynamic, and force dynamic. This way, we tell to Next.js to don't statically render this page. Let's see here. I want to first set this stuff. So we will see the button down there. It's okay. So let's build the page. We go Control-C, we go out from the development mode, and we just npm run build. Let's launch our building process. So what we can see from the terminal is creating an optimized production build. We will see some useful information during the process. We will anyway discover in details later. It's compiled successfully. Okay, so what we see here, it's really important. First of all, we say that this symbol, it means that Next.js automatically render as a static HTML. That's what we want to avoid on the wait route. And this one, the Lambda server, as that is server-side render at runtime. It means when I get into this route, it will render at that moment, not before. And this is essential to check our prefetch behavior. So we see all the pages are statically rendered at building time as HTML, the first one, the A route, B route, but not the slug, not the dynamic route, because Next.js doesn't know what is the parameter here, so cannot render statically. It doesn't know what is the props, what is the route in that moment, so wait, it cannot statically render at build time. And even for the wait route, because we specified on the route, we already specify, please don't statically render at build time, just force dynamic. So we npm run start. In this way, we will launch the build file. We open it. Okay, so we will go on the A route. We go in the A route. So we will see all our links. Okay, we see all these links. So now the prefetch is false. So I'm expecting that when I click here on prefetching route, I will wait 5 seconds. Okay, because when I click this, it would open our wait route, this one, and make me wait 5 seconds before rendering. Let's try. And here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this is wait route. So this is the prefetching that is false, so it doesn't prefetch anything. If I set this prefetch to true, it means that when I load this page, automatically it will prefetch automatically. But we have to rebuild again. We have to change this behavior. We put it through. We run the build again because I have to create again. npm run build. Let's see. We wait for the build. Here we go. Now we will see the same information as before. Also, the same pages are statically rendered as a static HTML, and we run start. Let's see, we refresh this page. So now it's prefetching the route, okay? Because it's true. So here, this one is already prefetching. So already past 5 seconds. The page is ready is rendered and is statically ready in the server as a HTML code. If I click here, Next.js will show me immediately and doesn't make me wait for 5 seconds like before. And here we go. So this way you can see how they prefetch. Just imagine like a page that need to fetch some data from an external database. You don't want to make the user wait for 5 seconds or more, and you prefetch before. You can prefetch many pages altogether. You, for example, the user get into the home page, you want to prefetch the most visited pages from the home page. So in this way, the user will click and see immediately the page because it was rendered at the home page loading time. Because it was, this is the power of Next.js. This is the really interesting stuff that make this framework really interesting and really powerful. We have reached the end of this video tutorial, and I genuinely hope you have enjoyed its content. If it has been helpful to you, please show your support by liking the video and sharing it with your friends on social media. If you haven't already, I warmly invite you to subscribe to my channel to stay updated on upcoming lessons. Don't forget to check out my website, devergolabs.com, where you will find a plethora of interesting programming content. You can also send me collaboration requests and explore all the programming services we offer. Your participation and support are crucial in my growing and to grow this community and providing you with even more valuable resources. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being here with us, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video tutorial.